Good evening, everyone. This is Jason McCann. I'm the Executive Director of Community Financial Resource Center and Chief Executive Officer of Document Support Services, the provider of ProFunding Suite. I appreciate every one of you joining this evening. I know it's getting late. Some of you are on the West Coast, and that's it's pretty early, and some of you are on the East Coast, which is definitely, you guys must be pretty excited about what we have to say today. And there is a buzz of excitement around our office and around the businesses that we're helping right now. Last week we had our first large-scale production of this, where we actually showed people, gave them a sneak peek, typically reserved for one-on-one consultations. And we had just an absolutely fantastic turnout, and we've had just an absolute fantastic result of last week's meeting. So we decided to do it again. So thank you, everyone, for showing up. Some of you may have heard of ProFunding Suite and its reputation of radically transforming existing businesses or accelerating growth in startup business. What I'm going to show you today is, like I said before, it's usually reserved for one-on-one consultations, and this is only the second time we've shown this on such a large scale. So enjoy. So the ProFunding Suite delivers two main benefits. The ProFunding Suite gives you access to virtually every legitimate business funding source available, and your funding suite also ensures that you will be approved for the cash and credit sources you apply for. Most people don't know where to go for business funding. Many businesses or business owners will go to their local bank or their local business loan broker. Those entities only have 2 to 3 financing options. If you're turned down, you don't know where to go after that. Many entrepreneurs then go to family or friends and ask for money. They give up huge equity stakes in their business to venture capitalists or angel investors, or they just sit on their dreams thinking they can never be reality. So instead of going to a bank or broker who only has a handful of business products, we provide you access to more than 30 core products and literally thousands of funding sources. On top of that, we assure that you get the funds that you apply for, which is the point. It doesn't matter if you apply for something, you have to, or have access to something, you have to be approved for it. And we guarantee approval. Through the ProFunding Suite, you learn exactly the criteria the lenders are looking for to approve you. You simply follow a few steps in the beginning to ensure you meet the lender requirements, and the ProFunding Suite will address any aspect of your company that will be reviewed by a lender for approval. So when you go to your local bank and apply for business financing, the criteria to be approved is kept secret. You don't know what you need to qualify, and there are no requirements for them to tell you what is needed to qualify. It's not like consumer lending where there's rules and regulations to govern it. Additionally, most banks have lending committees, making the entire process extremely subjective. You don't have an objective set of rules like you do in the consumer world. You have, a group of committee members that are going to look at your business, and it's completely by feeling, not by logic and objective rules. The thing is, this is really backwards. You should know what you need to qualify. You should be able to, tidy up something in your business before you apply, and have the knowledge that you need to get this fixed. The ProFunding Suite tells you exactly what the lenders are requiring, and they make sure that your business qualifies. You'll have actually a business credit coach holding your hand right beside you the whole way, making sure that you qualify for what you're applying for. And every single thing that the bank looks at, there's criteria for. Your state records, your federal EIN, your bank account, how your bank account was set up has rules in business funding, business licenses, business phone number requirements. Most people don't realize if you use your cell phone number for business, that will automatically limit the amount of funding you can get. We have solutions for this. Which 411 directories you must be listed in. If you're not listed in the proper 411 directory, when the underwriter goes to verify that your business is truly in existence, they won't be able to find your information. And obviously, your business email and domain requirements. All of these items have separate criteria for lending. One could be out of guidance and you could be denied. For example, If the name on your tax documents does not match your bank account perfectly, you probably won't be approved for funding. The problem is that if you did not know that, the lender probably wouldn't tell you that was the reason for denial. Again, in the business world, they have no requirements to do that. You have further requirements, the Experian Business Report minimum requirements. Most people are familiar with their personal credit scores, but what does your business look like on a credit report? Dun & Bradstreet requirements and Equifax requirements. What kind of business credit history do you have there? What kind of address? A lot of entrepreneurs are going to a home-based business. It's absolutely fantastic. It's one of the things that makes America great is that we can do things from our home, we can be entrepreneurial, and we can make a great living. However, from the lending perspective, if you're using your home address as your business address, that can limit the amount of funds you can get. And so we have, again, solutions for this. And then bank ratings, how your banks are reporting you, again, to these different credit repositories and how they're rating you internally. Very, very important. Through the ProFunding Suite, we walk you through what lenders are looking for before you apply and help you correct anything that is needed so you can be approved. Again, we're getting you approved for whatever you need. Are your tax returns up to snuff? Public records, do you have any outstanding? What type of credit cards do you have? How are they reporting? Your vendor credit, comparable credit, bank loans. This is just a handful of the things that the credit coach will work with you on and that the software walks you through. What we're going to do is we're going to provide you with a certified business credit coach, and they are going to go over each and every one of these areas with you. That's what they're there for. They're there to make sure that if you are an established business, that everything is your foundation is solid. If you're a new business, they're going to make sure as you're building the foundation, it is completely fundable. In consumer lending, banks are required by federal law to tell you why you're denied. In business lending, banks do not have this requirement, and they will typically set your file in the round file. They'll just throw your file away, and they'll stop returning your calls. Several years ago, with a local bank here, I was looking for an SBA loan for one of the businesses I was starting, and the bank president, every single time I spoke to them, in person, on the phone, he just said, well, we need to shore up the collateral. And I kept saying, well, what does that mean? I have years and years and years of banking experience. There's got to be a guideline. And he said, well, we just need to shore up the collateral. And I kept asking him what that meant. And every single time I called him, every single time I emailed him or got any correspondence from him, he just said we need to shore up the collateral. But he never told me what that meant. I ended up going to another bank that would tell me what that meant, and I got it fixed. Don't be denied. You will be denied if you don't meet the lender's requirements. And again, they don't have to tell you why. Here's a great example that most entrepreneurs don't realize is your VoIP lines. Great technology. Saves you a ton of money. However, a lot of voice over IPs do not report as a landline. And so you might have a VoIP line that's not reporting as a landline, and therefore you won't be approved because they cannot verify your phone number. If you don't have a professional email address or your bank account isn't set up the right way, you just won't be approved. They're looking for reasons to turn you down. A lot of you on the call have experienced this. That's why you're on the call tonight. And with most business applications, as I already said, they're not even going to tell you why you're denied. They're just typically just going to stop returning your calls or just send you a turn down letter, or just throw your file away because they don't want to work with it. The main thing here is through the ProFunding Suite, we'll give you solutions. First, we're going to teach you what the lender needs. And if you don't meet a requirement, a one-click solution is usually available. So here's an actual screenshot from the software here. And so we want to make your business fundable for lenders. We want to take away all the excuses of why they won't lend to you and give you that solution. And then most solutions are just one click away. Here's another screenshot. So through the system, you can set up a physical address. Even if you're working from home, we can set you up with a virtual address, an 800 number, fax, email, EIN, and even more. We kind of call this the cash machine because the amount of funding that we have available in this program. And then here's, again, another screenshot here, and it's going over business name. So you need a true business name. It tells you why that needs to happen. And if you click right down here, it takes you exactly how to where you need to go to get a business address. So again, one-click solutions to all of these problems. And here's a huge, huge point I want to make here, and you're going to hear me really drive this point home tonight. ProFunding Suite interfaces directly with business credit bureaus Experian, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax. And the reason why I'm going to drive, just continue to drive this point home is the ProFunding Suite is the only interface like this on planet Earth. This is the only system in the world that Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax trust enough to provide real-time streaming of data in one place. This is the only place anywhere that Experian will provide this information at no cost. Any place else, and even directly through them, you'll have to pay a monthly fee to have access to this data. So huge, huge feature here. You're going to be able to see live. It typically takes 5 to 10 seconds to update. You could be working on your file, and you can see your business credit report changing as you're working in the system. So once you click, or in one click, like I said, you enter in your business's information, takes 5 to 10 seconds, and then all of a sudden the data starts streaming in. And so this is on the top page when you log into the system, and you'll be able to see how many trade lines you have, whether or not there's a business credit score assigned to the file, what is it, and whether or not there's a Profile Plus report available. Again, you enter in your information, 5 to 10 seconds, this is streaming. This is the only place in the world that these very large, very reputable companies only they only trust us with this data. So if you want a full report from the bureau, so this is the summary report that they stream in live, we've negotiated a 70% discount if you want the constant full reporting coming in. So even for something like that, if you want to see every bit of minutia on your report, we can get you that at an extremely discounted rate. And so this, again, just the fact that they're willing to stream this data says volumes about the system. There we go. And so as I touched on, here's the actual screenshots again on the full report. So you'll be able to get access to full data. And one important feature to point out while I'm on this page here, and this is especially important for newer businesses, is that you will receive a Dun & Bradstreet number, your DUNS number as it's called, for absolutely free. If you go to Dun & Bradstreet directly, which I don't suggest you do, some of you on the phone call here have probably contacted them before, and you can't get off the phone without buying something. The salespeople are ruthless. All they want to do is sell you something. But they will typically charge you $500 to $700 depending on what monthly plan you buy. So they'll charge you $500 to $700 plus anywhere from $50 to $150, $200 a month for different plans. So this right here, it's one of the few places where you can actually get this free, and they will absolutely give it to you for free. So you get set up in the system, you put your information in, hit search. If you don't have a Dun & Bradstreet number, we'll walk you through getting that set up. Again, it's absolutely free. It's part of this system. Again, shows how credible this system is. Dun & Bradstreet wants people using this type of setup. So So the ProFunding Suite is designed to help you quickly build excellent business credit scores, then use those scores as leverage to secure business funds. You're guaranteed that you'll be approved for over $50,000 in business credit, and you'll be able to secure that within 6 months or less. Now, when we mean business credit, this is credit in your business's name with no personal guarantee. So we guarantee that your business will be able to get $50,000, no personal guarantee, just in the business's name. It was designed just strictly with the sole purpose of building exceptional business credit profiles for your business and giving you access to every legitimate funding source possible. The suite typically takes about 60 days to get your scores up, and then helps you leverage those scores and gives you access to massive amounts of funds. When I say massive, I mean we have clients regularly receiving $200,000, $250,000 in business credit in just the business's name. And they have received millions of dollars within months of starting ProFunding Suite. You know, we had a home flipper who got a $5 million line of credit to flip homes. He was using a personal guarantee to buy all these homes, having a heck of a time. He was very successful at it, but he was using his personal credit to do it. By wrapping everything under his business credit profile, we were able to just get him a $5 million line of credit. All he does is write a check, buy these homes, and move forward. But so we're talking about big numbers here, but we guarantee at a minimum you'll be approved for $50,000 in business credit. So what we have to do is we have to build a business credit profile, and that's the foundation. And so you'll quickly, once you have set all your basic information up, you'll quickly have access to vendor accounts. And this is very important. Vendors are the key to business credit. And let's go ahead and define business credit while we're here. Business credit is credit in the business's name, typically with no personal guarantee and no personal credit check. To first start with business credit, you need accounts reporting to the bureaus and a business credit score. This is a catch-22. How can you get credit if you need credit to get credit? The answer is vendors. Vendors typically have terms like net 30, etc. And currently there are over 500,000 vendors offering business credit. However, less than 6,000 actually report to the bureaus. We don't put you in contact with the other 500,000. We want to put you in contact with the 6,000 that actually report to the bureaus, because that's what's actually going to help you. And all you need to do is spend $5 with a vendor, pay off the bill on time, and you instantly have a great business credit score. It's very, very easy to do. Business credit building does not take years like personal credit. And here's a snapshot of a vendor directly from the suite here. And obviously we'd give you access to the name of the vendor inside the suite. But what we do is we tell you how to get approved. And so, we give you a password that we've worked out with this particular vendor that'll help you get approved, and you get instant approval because they know if you've worked with this system, if you've made it this far in the system, we're recommending this vendor, you qualify. And this is done with no personal guarantee or credit check, so people with damaged or bad, poor personal credit can easily get this. And it's a net 30 account, so as long as you pay the account off on time, you'll instantly have a good credit score. The business credit reporting system does not take time to build. As soon as you pay an account off on time, you have a great business credit score. So when you're building your business credit, you get the foundation done in the first few steps. You get approved for your vendor accounts. You use your initial credit within 30 days. And what happens is as long as you pay that bill off on time or as agreed, you'll have a business credit score of 80 or higher. Now, an 80 business credit score is equivalent to a 720 or 740 personal credit score. And all an 80 means is you paid the account on time. You didn't pay it early, you didn't pay it late, you just paid it directly on time. You pay it earlier, you can get a 90, 95, 100. 100 means you're paying your bills 2, 3, 4 weeks in advance. You pay it late, you pay it a week late, you're at a 75. 2 weeks late, you're at a 70, etc. It's all a matter of how quickly you pay your bills and whether or not they're on time. So to build your business credit score, you can quickly pay a few accounts as agreed and establish an excellent score. Excuse me, I had to get a quick drink there. And then once you have an established business credit score, then you can get approved for business accounts with major merchants. And in these business accounts, you're getting approved in your business's name, not your personal credit. And so, just a few of the participants here at Lowe's, Staples, Home Depot, Chevron, OfficeMax, Wal-Mart, Costco, these are typically $10,000 credit lines, that you're getting with these major merchants. And the credit is with no personal guarantee and no personal credit checks. I mean, what we're doing is we're establishing your business credit, and then these companies are approving your business for credit because you have an excellent business credit profile. Not only can you get these accounts with major merchants, but also we have MasterCards, Visas, American Expresses in the business name with no personal guarantee. Now, no personal guarantee or credit check means that the credit is in your business's name, not yours. There is no personal guarantee required protecting you, and there's no personal credit check. Very important, especially with the ups and downs in the economy. A lot of entrepreneurs have poor personal credit or damaged personal credit. That's okay. That's why it's so important to build a business credit profile. Now some of you on the call may say, well, this doesn't sound right. I've done a personal guarantee, or my bank's required a personal guarantee on every line of credit I've ever gotten, or every loan I've ever gotten. Well, the truth is, it's absolutely right. Remember when you're 18 or early 20s trying to buy your first house or car? Usually, the bank required a parent or a family member to co-sign. It's because you had not proved yourself as credit worthy yet. Once you proved yourself as credit worthy, you were able to refinance that home or refinance that car into just your name. But the bank wanted a backer. They wanted somebody that had an established credit profile to co-sign on there. Business credit is the exact same way. A personal guarantee or business credit in the traditional sense where you've signed a personal guarantee is the same way. It's a way for you to personally co-sign for your business. If the business has proven itself credit-worthy, no personal guarantee is required. It can stand on its own, just like as you built your personal credit profile, you were then able to stand on your own. So this is, again, this $50,000 number, that's our guarantee, so that's why we have it in here. We want you to know that $50,000 is easy to obtain once you have good business credit. So you can easily be approved for well over $50,000 in business credit, even if you have damaged personal credit. You can double the borrowing power if both your personal and business credit profiles are established. Instantly adds more credibility to the bank. And even if you have an excellent personal credit profile, you should still have a business credit profile established. Wal-Mart, great example. They have over 500 trade lines. I think it was 524 trade lines the last time I looked on their business credit report. They could pay cash for anything they wanted, and they still see the value of having a business credit profile. And we have the tools to help you get there. We also have tools to help you with your personal credit if it's been damaged. This webinar won't cover the personal tools, but contact one of our representatives and we can talk to you about how to help you out with your personal credit as well. But no matter where you're at in your business, it's paramount that you establish a business credit profile as well. Now, most business owners currently use a personal guarantee. That means in case of a default, the creditor can pursue the personal home, they can pursue your bank accounts, your investments, they can file judgments against assets. If you have a spouse or another job, that's a W-2 job, they can garnish those wages. It can get very ugly very, very fast. No personal guarantee means your business takes on the risk, not you personally. This is very, very important. This keeps your personal finances and your family safe and secure. So a personal guarantee is the one thing business owners do not want. You do not want to sign a personal guarantee on your business's debts. especially with what we've seen lately in the economy, businesses can change on a dime. If you're using that personal guarantee, that means not only will you lose your business, and we've known people, we all know people who's had this happen, but you lose all your personal assets as well. You end up, destitute in a lot of cases. If your business defaults on a debt with a personal guarantee, it's exactly the same thing as you personally defaulting on a personal credit card or a mortgage. Again, your wages can be garnished, bank accounts levied, college funds for your kids can be levied, cars repoed, homes foreclosed. It gets very ugly very, very quickly. And it's interesting because many business owners incorporate or create an LLC, something like that, to reduce personal risk and exposure, only to put 100% of risk and exposure back over their heads with their business finances, which is where, if anything's going to happen with your business, your highest probabilities with your business finances. No personal guarantee means that they can come after your business, but they cannot come after anything for you personally. As you continue to be approved and start utilizing your new credit, your business credit will then grow into truly unsecured credit lines for your business. What this means is this is where you get access to the massive amounts of funding with no personal guarantee. Equipment financing, merchant card credit. If you have a fleet of vehicles, you can get fleet credit. I mean, it's amazing how fast you're able to, or what funding options then become available to you. And it's important to point out that business credit is one of over 30 funding options available. We just simply don't have time to go over every single one of them on this type of call. We're looking, as I stated earlier, I mean, the ProFunding suite comes with every legitimate funding product available to businesses. And these are available even if you have bad or damaged personal credit. And like I said, business credit is just one of over 30 programs available. We have SBA loans, unsecured credit lines, equipment financing, retirement plan financing, merchant advances, account receivable financing. Account receivable financing, really, really cool product. Imagine if every single one of your customers paid cash. You didn't have to wait to get paid from them. That's what accounts receivable financing is. And this is also a great product if you have an established business, but you've taken some hits to your personal credit. We can get you approved for accounts receivable financing, in a low 500 personal credit score, typically right off the bat if you have an established business. So very, very cool product. Equipment sale leaseback, merchant card credit, the list goes on here. I mean, security-based loans, inventory loans, house reseller financing. This is the gentleman who got a $5 million line of credit to flip homes. Auto fleet leasing, vehicle wrap and signage leasing. You want signage on your vehicles. Do you have a business where you have trucks on the road? Well, guess what? There's special funding programs just for that type of getting your vehicles as you're driving billboards. Commercial signage leasing. You need signs outside retail spaces. Even here's one of the niche products in the system. It's a film producer financing. So this has also been used for people who are getting their marketing materials. They want to shoot a TV commercial. That can be extremely expensive, especially a high quality one. Guess what? We have a little niche product there. And the great thing is you'll immediately know what you're pre-approved for based on the information you have in the system and based on those updates to your business credit profile. In the beginning, you're asked a few initial qualifying questions, and then you'll know immediately what type of funding options you're pre-approved for. If you come into the program with good personal credit, you're typically going to get approved for these different lines right out of the gate. If you have large accounts receivable, or you're a business that uses credit cards quite a bit, but even if you have poor personal credit, you can typically get approved for something right out of the gate. And then we'll just we'll establish the business credit profile as we go. You can easily read, you can see what you are pre-qualified for. You can click on it. You can read the details. Again, that's just one click away. And then you want to proceed. This again is another screenshot from the system. Proceed to the application submission. Well, you click this. The application's pre-populated with all your information that you've already given us, and it sends the application over to our funding advisor or your funding advisor. You already know you meet the lending criteria before you apply. We have all the criteria loaded into the system, so we won't show you something that you don't qualify for. So you'll know you'll be approved for this because you've followed our instructions. You followed your credit coach's instructions. You're moving forward. You know that you're going to qualify for this particular financing that you get, that you need to get. Now, many funding sources will approve you with no personal guarantee, and that's the heart of this. We want to get you where you have no personal guarantee, and you're just borrowing money in the business's name. And on many products, we can get funds into your bank account within 24 hours. So that's very important, especially with how cash is king. Having the cash flow in there. So. Said before, if you wanted to submit an application for that purchase order financing on the previous screen, you click the button once, it'll show you a screen verifying your information. You click once more, and it goes over to your personal funding advisor. Your personal funding advisor is your funding coach. Your funding coach works side by side with you to get you approved and the money in your account. Their sole purpose is to get you money as quickly as possible. They'll help you select the best funding programs. You can call them. You can say, okay, I see that I'm pre-approved for a lot of different things. What's the best program for what I'm trying to accomplish here? And they will walk you through each of the programs. They handle your application and paperwork. They're the liaison with the bank. One of the powers of the system, because we have over 2,100 different funding sources, is we do a lot of participation loans. Participation loans are where multiple banks come together and they each pitch in a little bit to get to a large amount of funds. It's great for the banks because the banks are minimizing their risk by not solely funding a line of credit or something, and then you win because you're able to get access to larger amounts of credit because the risk is lower to the bank. Banks all lend based on risk. And then they work with you to ensure that you are approved and that you get the funds in your bank account as quickly as possible. When you do submit an application, so let's say you knew exactly what kind of funding you were looking for, and so you got you went ahead and applied. Your funding advisor will actually reach out to you, review your goals, and funding, how much you need. They will then prepare the package, personally coordinate the bank or banks to get the funds in your account as quickly as possible. Since you already know you meet the lender's requirements, the power of the system here, you can confidently make funding requests. If we say you're pre-approved for something, you're going to get it. Your funding advisor's role is to answer any and all questions about that types of funding. We briefly touched on the credit coach. We haven't mentioned them much, as much as they deserve so far in this webinar, but the credit coach is laying the groundwork for the funding coach. The credit coach is making sure everything is entered in correctly, and then the funding coach takes it there. You'll have a personal certified business credit coach making sure that your business is fundable prior to applying for any funds, and then your funding coach will make sure you get those funds in your bank account. A few extra benefits of the program. We provide easy step-by-step tutorials on each step of the program. There's 6 steps to build the business credit. We have audio, video tutorials on every aspect of the ProFunding suite. We have some bonus workbooks that we put together for people, on how to help, getting venture or angel investor capital. This is very important because we've all, or most of us have probably heard of the show, The Shark Tank. There's a reason why these guys are called sharks. When you start going out for venture or angel investor capital, you can end up getting the short end of the stick very, very quickly. So we provide workbooks on how to protect yourself in that. If you're a new business, how to begin, how to grow, what's the right foundation to have? Again, workbooks helping you through this. And then how to prepare and present a successful funding request. There's actually an art to it, so we provide workbooks to help you out. The idea here is knowledge is power. We want to give you as much knowledge as possible to help your business grow. And really what happens is this becomes the ultimate funding solution for building your business and funding your business's growth. I mean, we have the step-by-step way to build your business credit. I mean, we have your personal credit coach, your personal funding coach. We're the only place in the world where Experian, Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax stream live data. We're the only company in the world that they trust to do this. We provide workbooks, video tutorials. I mean, the ProFunding suite is your ultimate solution to access funds for your business, without a doubt. And we're your guaranteed solution. You're guaranteed approval for $50,000 in business credit. You have access to over 30 other funding sources on top of business credit. Plus, the whole system is designed to ensure that you get approved and quickly build business credit scores so you can obtain even more unsecured funding in the future. As your businesses grow, you will need more funds to fuel that growth. Very, very important here. So not only can we help you where you're at, but we're able to help you grow as well. Anyone serious about growing their business needs the ProFunding suite. Imagine how just an additional $50,000 would change and grow your business today. Now, how would $100,000 or $200,000 today change your business, how you're doing business, how your business is growing? As you can see, the ProFunding suite is the answer for growing your business. So thanks for joining the call today. Everyone on the call today will get my book, 9 Devastating Financial Mistakes Businesses Make and How to Avoid Them, just for attending. Just have to plug it since I have a captive audience. And contact us as soon as possible. We are the solution, the best solution for growing your business. Visit the website, look at the testimonials, give us a call. And at this point, I would like to open up the webinar for questions. So we have quite a few people on here. I'll try to get to everybody as quickly as possible while still being respectful of everyone's time. I know it's the evening, and you'll have families and other things to get to. So if you have a question about the program, please type it in, and I will get through it. What do you mean by a funding coach, and how long do I have them for? Great question. So we're going through a lot of data very quickly, so I wanted so I probably didn't spend enough time on this. But the funding coach they are experts on every one of the funding programs we have. They know all 2,100 programs, all 2,100 funding sources, and they know how to put them all together to help you achieve your goal. You have them for a total of 5 years. So when you pay for the system, the payment plan for the system is for 12 months. You actually are getting 5 years worth of service out of that. So as your businesses grow over the next 5 years, you will have that funding coach there available to you, making sure that you're getting all the funds you can. All right, let's see some of the other questions we have popping in here. My bank denied me for an equipment loan. What can you guys do for me? Well, equipment loans, there's multiple programs for equipment loans. There's leaseback options. There's straight SBA equipment loans. There's, just off the top of my head, I can think of half a dozen different equipment solutions depending on what kind of equipment you're looking for. So if you can tell me what kind of equipment you're looking for, definitely let me know. But a majority of the programs, I can actually only think of a couple that require personal guarantee. Most of them are just in the business's name. So we put the solid foundation together for your business, and then depending on what kind of equipment you need, then we can go from there. recent testimonial, chiropractor that we were working with. He needed a new, some sort of fancy x-ray machine. I'm obviously not a doctor, I'm a banker, but it was going to cost $35,000. He went to Wells Fargo, where he had all his business accounts and everything, and after he got the list of documentation of what they were going to need in order to do that equipment financing for him, I just ran into the coffee shop. He just said, "Hey, what could you do for me?" Put him in the foundation. He had put him in the program, got the foundation stuff out of the way within a couple days, and we actually got him funding for his X-ray machine within 2 weeks. So very, very painless, very simple. It's kind of the power of the funding coaches. I got to plug them a little bit. You know, they do a fantastic job, and they got the funds to him very, very quickly and much less fuss than Wells Fargo was going to do for him. Can we work with a sole proprietor? Yes, we can work with sole proprietors, LLCs, S Corp, C Corp, and nonprofits. So depending on what type of business entity you have, there may be some options that are available for you or not available for you, and the credit coach would help you through that. I have good credit. If I enroll today, how soon do I have access to cash? Typically, I mean, if you're walking in with good credit, it's a matter of how fast you can get us what we need to get you the cash. Like I said, this chiropractor came into the program, good credit, and we were able to get him the $35,000 for his equipment. We actually got him approved for a $100,000 line of credit that he used to purchase that, and then but we got him that line of credit and the money in his account within a couple weeks. What are the rates and terms? You know, every program is a little different. It's a bank program, so it's bank rates, bank terms. So you're not paying in, you know, private investor rates or private investor terms. It's whatever the bank charges. So, you know, we're not, you know, the programs are all risk-based. So whatever the banks are charging for that typical program, that's what you're going to pay because you're getting money from the banks. Let's see, any other questions? Kind of a light question crowd. Can we work with partnerships? Absolutely. There's different types of partnerships, and again, just like any other business entity, it'll just be a matter of how it's set up that'll determine what you would qualify for. Let's see, I used to have good business credit, and now I know it's bad. How could we help you? Or so the great thing about business credit is it's basically how is your business doing now. And so there's been quite a few businesses, normally or last week I was able to get our audio testimonials from actual businesses that we've helped to play tonight. For some reason I couldn't get them to broadcast, but one of the testimonials we have was you know, someone down in Georgia, and he was able, same situation, his business went through a rocky situation. His business credit profile had gone from great to poor. We were able to, within a few months, get his business credit score back to where it needed to be, and then we were able to get him a $10 million loan. So I was hoping to be able to play that testimonial for you. Like I said, I just couldn't get it to broadcast correctly tonight at the beginning. All right. Well, we have a light crowd for questions tonight. You know, if you guys have any questions that we're not able to weren't able to field tonight, definitely give us a call. Visit our website. Lots of information here. Is there a limit on funding? No, there's no limit on funding. Well, we have, I guess there's two parts to your question. I mean, the funding is available for on a per program basis. So you might have a program that has a funding limit on it, but you can apply for multiple different programs. Our largest funding line right now is $25 million for one product, but there's millions upon millions of dollars of available funding in different product lines. So it truly is limitless. I mean, we've worked with some pretty large, medium-sized companies, and they haven't hit the cap. So don't think you have any issues if you're looking for large amounts of funding here. Any other questions? All right. Well, we'll let each and every one of you get back to your evening. I appreciate all of you being on the call, and I look forward to working with each and every one of your businesses. If you have any questions that you didn't field on the call, or some that pop up later as you're on the site, definitely give us a call here, 877-768-2698.